Good evening. It's your boy Jay Taylor. Voices for the voiceless. Peace and blessings, everybody. Today is Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Yes, indeed. So, I want to get straight to it. And as the title says, extreme liberals say they stand with Zelensky. And I find that to be insane, especially people that are American citizens. And as you know, it's all over the tabloids, all over social media, all over the mainstream media. You know, Zelensky came and chopped it up with Donald Trump, and the whole conversation went left. He was very disrespectful. And when he came, he was coming to sign a deal to end the war, which in turn, Americans would, been funding this war, for years, giving him our tax dollars by the trillions, giving him you know, our weaponry, our military to fight off Russia. Now, I'll say this: I'm not pro Putin or pro Zelensky, and I don't think that most Americans really have a position in that. But just the fact, so I feel with Zelensky, where his anger comes from because Putin invaded you know, his territory. It's a long history with that, because Ukraine used to be a part of Russia, the Soviet Union back in the day. So they have they ongoing back and forth for decades. But what Trump is doing is trying to pull us out of that and in the war by saying, look, you got minerals in Ukraine that we could utilize. So if we put our troops, United States troops, into Ukraine to get those minerals, and I got Russia on standby, they're not going to attack you while the United States is getting the minerals, and in turn, you could pay us back for all the trillions of dollars that we've given you over the last few years. I think he said something like 350 billion. you know, um, insane. So when Putin came, chopped it up with Trump, I'm pretty sure Trump ran that past Putin, and Putin seems to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, Zelensky, prior to him coming to the White House, that's the reason why you here to sign the deal. But then when he got there, he had all these different, you know, requirements. So that obviously frustrated the president and JD Vance, because hey, we supposed to ink this deal. That's why you flew here in the first place. But in any event, that war is no good for nobody. But for some reason, the strange liberals feel sorry for this dude Zelensky, and it's just insane, man. But I want to show y'all something. You can't make this up, man. So people actually saying they want to leave America. Hey, black people, you might want to think twice about that.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. So glad you're streaming with us today as thousands of people flee the violence in Ukraine. Worrying accounts now of racial discrimination are being reported throughout the evacuation efforts. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees is now confirming to us that there are cases of discrimination in admitting refugees. One Congo native saying he was discriminated against while trying to board a train out of Ukraine. Take a listen.
They even told us, like, we are going to give you guns and you're going to fight for Ukraine. I said, hi. We're going to fight for Ukraine. We are not Ukrainian. We are black. So how can we fight? How can we fight for Ukraine?
So basically, before Putin, you know, I'm gonna come back to that. Before Putin actually bombed, invaded Ukraine, he gave out a PSA. Everybody that is regular citizens, this is y'all chance to get up out of Ukraine. This man, a black man from Africa that is living in Ukraine, they told him, no, you can't leave. You gonna have to fight because you black. Ain't that crazy? But black people sitting up there talking about they stand with Zelensky. All right now. And shout out to the content creator is Big Ward. Let's go.
If we fight for Ukraine, we are going to die first because we are black. When they will say, "Oh, look at those black people," I think they are from NATO. So we have to kill them first. So how could they think that way? Come on, Ukraine.
Wow. Our ABC News' Marcus Moore with us now for more outside that train station.
Now, for those of y'all who are not familiar with the situation, Russia gave a warning before they attacked Ukraine. So it gave time for the women and children and non-military personnel to leave. Normally, when a country attacks you, they ain't gonna give you no warning. Russia gave Ukraine a warning so they can evacuate the innocent people that's not military, what have you. Women, children, refugees, foreigners, whatever, who they are on work, visiting, they ain't Ukrainian. Get them time to leave before they start bombing. So, in case y'all don't remember the situation, black people, you stand with Ukraine now. When they were doing the evacuation, they wouldn't let the black people leave. They told the black people, y'all can't get on the bus.
All right, so we get the gist of that. I'm gonna let that breathe right there. Shout out to Big Ward, the genius on YouTube. But yeah, how soon we forget? People sitting up here talking about they stand with this country. They don't even this country that they never been to. They don't know what it's about, what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? And y'all sitting up here just, capping. Because really it's treason, if you ask me. It's treasonous. Borderline treasonous to sit up here and side with another country when he's doing the will of the people. And check this out, man. You got people out here, these extreme liberals out here just crying and boo-hooing about it. So the content creator here, the Cartel family on YouTube, shout out. But check this out.
Tears right now about this.
I just can't understand this
shit. Getting
shit.
tears on the internet.
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office.
Music about to kill me.
Wear a suit. Just want to see if you own a suit.
No way.
He trembling.
He's faking. Trying to get clicks. Yeah, I think he trolled me. He trolled me. He had to. I can make myself.
This man is fighting for his country. A sovereign nation got invaded. His people were dying.
Yeah, because of him.
And this motherfucker talks about him wearing a suit. I hate this fucking country.
Man, you see this? This is insane. This dude sitting up here crying. You know what I'm saying? Crying, embarrassing himself on TikTok, talking about he hate his own country. Don't even know what's going on. And if he did a little bit of research, he'll understand that this war could have been over. The mineral deal that Trump had, They could have been signed this. So all this boohoo crying for this man, he actually decided to keep the war going so he could stay in office. Because if there's an active war going on, he doesn't have to be in office. And see, all of this is the Biden-Harris administrations. This they work. This is what they put in play. You know, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And to substantiate that, let's hear from somebody from the Ukraine themselves that tell you exactly what I'm telling you and articulate it very well, I must say. Shout out to the content creator here, Professor Ned.
Sure, come on.
Hello, Mr. President Trump. My name is Alexander Dubinsky, and I'm a member of the Ukrainian parliament. I have been in prison for 14 months for one reason only. I told the truth about the Biden's corruption in Ukraine. In 2019, I was the first to expose how Joe Biden was using Ukraine for his personal financial gain. I exposed how his son, Hunter Biden, got millions of dollars through offshore schemes and Burisma. I spoke as a lawmaker, and I spoke as a patriot of Ukraine. But after Biden won in 2020, Zelensky's government, following Washington crazy orders, opened 4 absolutely stupid and fake criminal cases against me. In November 2023, they put me in prison. No evidence, no trial, no investigation. I was never even asked for testimony. They just want to shut me up and silence my public voice, but they failed. They failed because Biden's corruption is a fact. It's a fact. The American Congress and American court have proven that Hunter Biden received money from Ukrainian officials. He confessed to it. But who's in prison? Dubinsky, not Biden. For what? For speaking the truth about Biden's corruption at a press conference. For exposing Soros' network, the same Soros who is together with Yermak and Zelensky helped to steal your election in 2020. For fighting corruption that steals billions and billions.
Whoa, hold fast. Did he say they helped to steal the election in 2020? Didn't they say something about an insurrection? January 6th, 2020. Now this man all the way in Ukraine say that he been trying to expose the corruption with Joe Biden, and they locked him up for all this time, all these years. And he said, man, everything that Trump, he just substantiated everything Donald Trump said back then. Wow. Let's continue.
From American taxpayers under the cover of aid to Ukraine. And how do they label me? A Russian agent. Why? Just simply because I was near Derkach, someone I have no ties to. Just like I have no ties to Russia or Russian intelligence. Does it seem familiar, Mr. Trump? They did the same to you. They call everyone who speaks about Biden's corruption a Russian agent. They destroy the truth so they can keep stealing billions and billions of dollars under the cover of helping Ukraine. War is a tremendously huge money business for them.
Big money. We said that. It's big money in war. You already know, man. These warmongers out here, they funneling money under the name of going to war. Hey, how many trillions they gonna sign off on? You know what I'm saying? People that build these weapons, that's money for them. You know, it's insane, bro. But I'm gonna start that right there. And it's very unfortunate because a lot of those people that are on the front line are speaking out. Those Ukrainian soldiers, they not feeling this, man. They not feeling it. They over here trying to, cat for Zelensky while he's keeping this war going, and his soldiers, they don't want to have nothing to do with this war. They outnumbered. They don't have the weaponry. Zelensky can't win against Russia. It's no way possible. And here goes some of the soldiers saying that from themselves. The Ukrainian soldiers are tired.
to have a domestic enemy, one of that caliber. I want you to see this quick clip right here of Ukrainian soldiers on the front. Listen to what they have to say.
So how are things going? I mean, last time I talked to you was 3 months ago. How is the situation on the front line?
For real, I think situation not really good for me. It's we all tired. We wanna peace.
We lack. We need manpower. We need equipment. The main thing is the abundance of Russian equipment. There's just too much. There's too many soldiers and stuff. But yet we're holding the line. Somehow we're holding it.
It's really hard. We don't have enough people.
There you hear it from the front lines with Ukrainian soldiers, absolutely exhausted.
It's terrible, man. They don't want to keep fighting, you know. But liberals saying they stand with Zelenskyy, who want to keep the war going, when Trump has put it in place. Now he's still running around boo-hooing, crying to the other leaders in Europe and all of that, and they acting like they want to get behind her, but they no match for Russia's military. The Russian military they got nuclear weapons that by far exceed their imagination. The only people that can compare is China and the United States. There's no way for Ukraine to win this war. You know, but hey, people talk about they standing with Zelenskyy. Man, know who you standing with. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, man.
So embarrassing about the liberals saying they stand with Ukraine. Do you guys realize that Ukraine does not stand with your ideologies?
Shout out to the content creator, Anton Daniels. Let's go.
Number one, you know it's illegal to go into a gay marriage in Ukraine. Gay marriage is not legal. Ukraine solely believes that marriage is only between a man and a woman. You want to know what else is true for Ukraine? Right now, as we speak, there are men getting kidnapped off of their streets, like literally just walking their dogs or walking home from work, and they are being snatched up and thrown into a van as they are screaming for their lives because they don't want to go fight in war that they'll lose. They have no say.
That's crazy. Imagine you just walking home from work and get snatched up because they don't have enough manpower in the war that you don't want to fight in and make you fight in the war. You see why this needs to stop? People are dying in this war that could be stopped right now. Zelenskyy just focused on his hate for Putin, which is substantiated. But at this point, man, people are getting snatched up off the streets, put in a war that they don't want to have nothing to do with.
Say in where they're going. They are getting literally snatched off the street, just tracked down and snatched, not like a normal recruitment. Okay. And they have no bodily autonomy to make that choice for themselves. Isn't that something you guys preach about? Wouldn't kidnapping someone off of the street to go fight in a war they don't want to fight in because they want peace, wouldn't that be dictatorship? Wouldn't that be lack of bodily autonomy, a lack of choice, and a little bit sociopathic? And you want to know what else is true for Ukraine right now? You want to know what else? Is that their soldiers in interviews are saying they don't want to fight anymore. They're tired, they're exhausted, and they want peace. They want the war to end, whether they win or lose. Their words, not mine. Whether they win or lose, they want the war to end. So because you are so against Trump and anything he does or says, you are disregarding and disrespecting the people actually on the front lines dying to save their country because they don't want to do it anymore. And Zelenskyy is just blatantly ignoring them by continuing this war and not going for peace. You want to know something, guys? Your entitlement is astounding to me. You will stand with any other country that is not America, and it's absolutely insane. Ukraine is not a part of NATO, okay? So because we made a verbal agreement 30 years ago based on an unrelated situation does not mean we have to keep going into trillions of dollars in debt for a country that we are not in NATO with. The agreement we made back in the 1990s was not binding law. It was an agreement, yes, but it was not binding. America can absolutely pull out if they deem fit. That is how it works. And guess what? $40 trillion in debt, and we are just dishing out billions when we can't even afford that for our own people is irresponsible spending. And apparently Congress of 2023 felt the same way when they continuously blocked aid from Biden sending more aid. You would rather stand with a suffering dictatorship-like country than with your own people who are broken, starving because it's what Trump doesn't want. That.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this.
Yeah. Well, that came right on time. But anywho, like she said, man, for people to want to stand with Zelensky, whatever his name, at this particular moment is treasonous and unpatriotic. You know, this is not in America's best interest. And if you do not like this country, by all means, you can start making steps to prepare yourself to move. And you could be just like that dude that was crying earlier in the video. You want to go be with Zelensky? Go on over there. You know, ain't nobody stopping you. But this America, man, and I'm proud of what our president did and stood up and said no. And then he's back, he's withdrawn funding. Look, if you don't want to make this deal, obviously you want to keep fighting, and you have the right to fight, but we have the right to not be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to fund you we're not obligated to be in something a war that we don't have any interest in. So, yep, that's my time for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor. Enjoy the rest of your evening until we talk to you again. We'll see you soon. Love.